yogis, it's Christiane. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Welcome to your Power and Flow. Today we're going to be focusing mainly on building strength in our upper body, so in our shoulders, our arms, triceps, and coming into a fun little arm balance. For today, you'll need a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. You can grab a couple of heavy books, anything just to get your arms off the ground when we need them. That being said, if you need to grab those items, press pause, and when you're ready, join me on your mat. Today, we're going to start off in a seated position. So option to simply come down onto the mat, or perhaps sitting up onto a block, especially if you find you roll back a little bit. Bring the hands onto the knees, close the eyes. Flexing the feet, drawing the arches of the feet upwards. Feel like you're drawing the knees and the femurs back into their hip socket. Roll forward slightly onto the sit bones and lift the chest. The chest feels really light here. Crown of the head reaches up for the sky. Shoulders and jaw are soft. Feel this plumb line from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Take a moment, checking in with yourself, seeing how you're feeling today. Take a scan of the body. Looking for what feels good and maybe what's feeling a little suboptimal today. Remember, there's no judgment, no attachment here. We come to our mats to take care of ourselves. So making a note of what feels good and not so good so that we can adjust our practice accordingly. Also checking in, seeing how you're feeling emotionally and energetically, as those things also play out here on our roll. So if you're feeling a little tired, take a little bit slower. And if you're full of energy today, finding that edge, finding full expression of our poses, having a bit of fun here on your mat. Finally, before we begin our physical practice, taking a moment to bring our awareness to our breath. So notice your breath, how it moves through the body. Feel the expansion of the rib cage and the belly. As you focus on your breath, the body becomes soft. Mind becomes quiet. And you become more present here on your mat. If the mind starts to wander today, or you find find a pose perhaps challenging, I want you to focus back on your breath. And that breath soften the body and quiet the mind. Now from here, opening the eyes. If you're sitting on a block, just coming off that block. And let's come all the way down onto our backs. So roll down. It always feels so good. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Take a little rock from side to side here, massaging any tension in the low back. And then bring the soles, the feet onto the mat. As you inhale, reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders, reach those fingertips forward. Now draw the navel down towards the spine. Keep the collarbone wide. Jaw is soft here. Take another full breath in. As you exhale, lift a little bit higher. Keep drawing that navel down. Scoop the belly. Last time, full breath in. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. Find that place that shakes. Wake up those abdominals. Wake up your core. And as you exhale, slowly lower back down to the mat. Draw the knees back into the chest. From here, bring those knees to 90 degrees like you're sitting in a chair. Reach your arms and fingers up for the sky. On your exhalation, I want you to reach your left arm overhead and extend your right leg down towards the ground. Inhale, bring the knee and arm back to center. Exhale, reach the right arm and left leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Draw the navel down towards the spine. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach it out. Keep moving with your breath here. Keep pressing the low back into the mat. Drawing the navel down towards the spine, engaging through those abdominals. Last round here on each side. Extend the left arm, right leg. Bring it back to center. Extend the left leg, right arm. And back. Draw the knees into the chest. Now from here, bring the hands behind the knees. Take the knees nice and wide into a modified happy baby. Let the heels dangle down towards the butt. Take a little rock from side to side, massaging the upper glutes, lower back. And draw the knees back in towards the chest. Now, let's find a full happy baby here, grabbing onto the shins or perhaps the big toe with the peace fingers. Draw the knees in towards the shoulders. Now we're going to keep those knees nice and wide. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. I want you to bring your big toes to touch. Reach the arms up for the sky. Now draw your heels down towards your butt. Keep your knees open. Flip the palms over so that they're facing the ceiling. And then lift the head and shoulders into a reclined crow pose. Press the ground away. Keep pulling those heels in towards the butt. Scoop the belly. And lower it down. Draw the knees into the chest. Try this one more time. Take the knees wide. Bring the big toes to touch. heels in towards the glutes. This time, let's bring the the back of the arms a little bit closer to the knees. So, back of the triceps touch the knees. You're going to press the palms up towards the sky. Draw the knees in towards the triceps. Pull the heels in towards the glutes. Press those hands up towards the sky. Hold it here. Scoop that belly. Engage through the abdominals. And slowly lower back down to the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Bring the hands behind the knees. Let's take a few rocks forward and back. And getting enough momentum to come up into our boat pose. Reach the arms forward. Spread the toes, maybe even. Draw the knees in towards the chest in towards the knees. And then lower down into a low boat. So press that low back into the mat. Draw the navel down. Arms wide. And lift it back up into your boat. Lower down, low boat. Okay, lift it back up into your boat one final time. Cross the ankles, roll onto the hands and knees into your table. Let's take a couple small cat-cows here. So baby cat-cows to start. So as you inhale, drop your belly a little bit, tilt the tailbone up slightly. And as you exhale, round the back. Little cat, little cow. Drop it down. And little cat. And start to make your cat-cow a little bit bigger. And a bit bigger again until you find a full cat and a full cow. And then one more round here. And we'll come to a neutral back. Now from here, extend the left leg behind you. Lift the heel, lift the left thigh bone up towards the sky. Option, you can stay here. If you want to work a little bit on your balance, draw the navel in towards the spine. Reach that right arm forward. Reach as far as you can. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, bring the right elbow to the left knee to touch round the back. Inhale, reach it. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Reach as far as you can. And bring the right hand down. Bring that left knee down. Give the hips, give the shoulders a little shake. And then let's do the other side. So we're going to reach that right leg behind us. Lift the heel, lift the thigh bone. So we're not lifting the whole hip here. We're keeping the hips parallel to the ground. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Reach that left arm forward. Gaze is slightly forward, but still on the ground. You got this nice, long, straight spine. Take a full breath in as you reach as far as you can. And as you exhale, curl, chin to navel. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, elbow to knee, round the back. Last one, reach it out. And curl. Reach as far as you can. And then bring that left hand down. Bring the right knee down. Give the hips, give the shoulders a little shake. And give the wrist a little shake out here. Okay, since we're going to be working into some upper body strengthening, we want to really stretch out those wrists. So I'm I want you to start by flipping your palms over so that the fingers point towards the body. From here, you're going to lean back until you feel an opening through your forearm. You may not go back very far. That is normal. We're not meant to bend quite that far. This is a great mobility stretch here, especially if you work at a computer or you're texting a lot throughout the day. Our forearms get really tight, and our yoga practices, specifically our power and flows, are quite demanding, especially on our wrists. So this is a great stretch before you get into your practice. I flip one palm over and then the other. Give it a good shake here. One last stretch. This time we're going to come onto the top of the hand. So let's just start with the left hand here. Point the fingers towards the body and then lean back until you feel stretched, this time through the front of the wrist crease. Create a nice gentle opening here. Again, into the forearms, into that wrist joint. Roll forward a little bit, flip that palm over, give it a really solid shake. All right, let's do the other hand. It's coming onto the top of that right hand and press it back. Now, you might not go very far. Again, here, for myself, I had wrist surgery a couple times on this wrist, unfortunately, and it doesn't bend backwards, but I'm still feeling that stretch. So by putting a little bit of pressure on that wrist, on the top of the hand, and leaning back slightly, getting a little opening into that wrist joint. I know this feels yucky. Give me one more cycle of breath. And flip the palm over. Sit back on your heels. Give those wrists a really good shake out here. The wrist might feel a little bit weird, but that's okay. That feeling will go away, that sensation, in about 30 seconds or so. So just wiggle it out, sprinkle the water. And now your forearms are fully stretched, so those wrists are primed and ready to go for our practice. So if you need an extra few seconds here to shake out those wrists, feel free to do so. And when you're ready, let's find our first downward dog of the day. Spread those fingers wide. Lift the hips up. And pedal out your feet here. So walk out your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Press into the hands. All right, look at the hands. Walk to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to release. Bend the knees, reach the arms up for the sky. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Flat back, draw those shoulder blades together. Plant the hands, step it back into your plank. Let's start easy here. Drop down to knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to release. Come through table onto the hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Looking at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, reach the arms up for the sky. And bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Flat back. Plant the hands, come back into your plank. Lean forward, come all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Draw those heels together. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Do this one more time. Look at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Reach the arms up for the sky. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back. Plant the hands, step, jump, float back into plank, or maybe chaturanga. Let's take our vinyasa, coming down to the mat or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And as you exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. On your inhalation, reach the left leg up for the sky. As you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Reach the arms up into your low lunge. Untuck those back toes. Sink the hips forward, finding a nice bend through your front knee. Fingertips reach up for the sky. Bring the hands down to the mat. Firmly root the right hand down as you reach the left arm up, twisting to the left. And let's bring that left hand down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Reach that left leg up and back. Roll forward into a three-point plank. Hold it here. Now, you can keep the leg lifted, or you can bring it down to the mat as you lower it down to chaturanga, or all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra, upward dog, both feet on the mat. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhalation, reach the right leg up for the sky. As you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Sink those hips forward and down as you reach the arms up into your low lunge. Bring the hands down to the mat. Firmly root into the left hand. Reach that right arm up. Open the chest. And bring the hand back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Roll forward into a three-point plank and take your vinyasa. Looking at the hands, I want you to hop the feet to the outside of the hands. And sit down into Malasana, our yogi squat. Press the elbows into the hands. Press the elbows into the hands. Press the elbows into the knees. Now what I want you to do is bring that right arm out to the side. Really press the arm into that knee. Press the knee against the arm. Now, can I keep my knee that open and take away the external help of my arm? So press the knee and then bring the arm forward and release. Let's do it on the left side. So we're going to firmly press that left arm into the left knee. Press the left knee into that right arm. So feel that resistance, feel that push and pull. Now, can I keep my knee that open and take away the help of the left arm? And release. Good job. Plant the hands. Lift the hips up towards the sky, point the toes forward. Forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, find your chair. Utkatasana. Sink it down into the hips. I want you to reach those arms up and back. Inhale to reach the arms up for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back. Plant the hands, come into a plank and hold it here. And then let's come down onto our forearms. Forearm plank. So elbows are underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Let's drop the heels to the left, shift the weight into that left elbow, reach the right arm up. Into a forearm side plank. Keep pressing the hips up, really work into those obliques. And bring the right forearm down to the mat, back into our forearm plank. Shift the weight into your right forearm, drop the heels to the right, finding our forearm plank on the other side. Again, lift the hips as high as you can. Strengthen the obliques. Press into that elbow. Don't dump the weight into that right shoulder. And slowly bring the left forearm back down onto the mat. Press up into plank and then downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Looking at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, reach the arms up into a chair. Full breath in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step that left foot back. Keep the knee lifted, reach the arms up into a high lunge. Find a nice bend through the front knee. That's challenging. We're eventually trying to bring that front knee parallel to the ground. Bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, three-legged dog. Reach that right leg up and back. As you exhale, bring the right knee to the outside of the right tricep. Lift it as high as you can. Press the ground away. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the back. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. As you exhale, right knee to that left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Fire hydrant. Now walk the hands back towards that left foot. Keep the knee bent. Keep drawing the heel in towards the butt. Woo, a little bit of a workout here for those legs too. And then start walking the hands forward. As you walk the hands forward, bring that right knee and right foot with it. Step the foot in between the hands. Reach the arms up. We come back into our high lunge. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step it into a plank pose. Hold it here. Now, as you inhale, I want you to lean forward. And as you exhale, press the heels back. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lean forward, come down to the mat or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Looking at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, reach the arms up. Utkatasana chair. Full breath in. Exhale, fold. Flat back. Plant the hands, step that right foot back. Reach the arms up, high lunge. Okay, again here, find a length, find a depth through that front knee that you find challenging. We're not here to rest, still here to work. A few more minutes to go. Reach those fingertips up towards the sky. Bring the hands down to the mat. As you inhale, reach the left leg up and back. As you exhale, left knee to the left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the back. Shift that weight forward. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Keep it nice and high. Inhale, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips, fire hydrant. And let's walk the hands back towards that right foot. Keep the knee reaching up for the sky. Heel in towards the butt. Keep pulling it in. And walk the hands forward. And bring that left knee and left foot with it. Step it in between the hands. Reach the arms up. Back into that high lunge. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step it back into a plank. And from here, come down, forearm plank. So, elbows are underneath the shoulders. Fingers spread wide. Lift the hips. Dolphin pose. So, don't let those shoulders come all the way forward. Keep pressing into those elbows. Press the shoulders and chest back towards the thighs. Don't worry about how wide your stance is. You want to work into the shoulders here. So you should feel like, you know what? This is a little bit of work. Stay there for a few breaths. And walk the feet back into our forearm plank. Drop the heels to the left. Shift the weight into your left forearm. Side plank. Keep pressing the hips up nice and high. Come back into forearm plank. One other side. Drop the heels to the right. Shift the weight into your right forearm. Keep pressing those hips up. Press into that bottom elbow. And come back into forearm plank. Good job. Come on to the hands. And let's find our way back into downward facing dog. Now look at the hands. Hop the feet to the outside of the hands. Finding our way back into Malasana. Press the elbows into the knees. Take it nice and wide. Sink the tailbone down. Okay. So, upper body ready to go. Feeling super warm. We're going to come into crow pose today. So, for crow pose, here's the gist of it. So, hands are going to be shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide. We're going to have chaturanga arms. So what does that mean? When I bend my elbows, they bend behind me, not to the side, directly behind. From here, I'm going to bring the knee to the back of the tricep or to the outside of the tricep. So for men, generally, they bring their knees to the outside of the triceps because their kneecaps are quite wide and the triceps are not usually very big. So for them, it's easier to squeeze the knees in than to try to fiddle around and bring the kneecap to the back of the tricep. For women in general, usually putting the knee to the back of the tricep is usually just fine, but try both. See which one you prefer and which one works best for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay into a little malasana, but I'm going to bring my feet in a little bit closer here. I'm going to bring my hands shoulder width apart. When I bend my knee, elbows back, they bend behind me. From here, I'm going to lift my butt up a little bit. going to bring my knees as high as I can up to the back of my triceps. Now, super key, look forward. If we look back, we're going to fall. We're going to curl and lose our balance. So we're going to look forward and steady the breath. So I'm going to look forward, bring the knees to the back of the triceps. And then from here, I'm going to lift up one set of toes and then the other. And then eventually, lift one set of toes, lift the other, draw the heel in towards the butt. Steady my breath. And then when I'm ready, I come back down onto my feet and come down onto the knees into hero's pose. So sit back on those heels, bring the hands onto the thighs, close the eyes. If you want to give it one more go before we cool down, you can just press pause, give it another try. And then when you're ready, we're going to stretch it out, grabbing onto your blocks or heavy books or anything like that. We're going to bring the blocks on the medium height. And I'm going to place them shoulder width apart. So from here, I'm going to bring my forearms onto the block. Elbows are towards the back. So I feel nice and stable here. Bring the palms to touch. Hips are going to stay lifted in a version of our puppy stretch. So walk the knees back and sink the chest sink the chest down towards the ground, head between the biceps here. Hands can stay forward. If you do find any pinching or anything like that, you can bring the hands overhead or to the nape of the neck. The nape of the neck will give you a bit of a stretch through the triceps. So if your triceps are sore, this is an option for you. So wherever feels most comfortable for your shoulder joint, staying there. And then from here, slowly bring the gaze to the hands, walk the knees forward, coming off of those blocks. Place the blocks off to the side. Swing the legs around, coming into a bent knee position, soles of the feet onto the ground. And let's roll down onto our backs. From here, take those feet mat width apart. Let the knees come into touch. Hands come on the belly. Take a moment of rest. So heel the feet back to center. Now from here, we're going to scooch the hips a few inches to the left. So the body's no longer in a straight line here. You kind of feel a bit of a curve. Bring those knees up to 90 degrees from there. Arms out to a T formation. And then let the knees fall to the right. If you're feeling a little scrunched into the shoulders, just lift them up and place both shoulder blades back down onto the mat. bring the knees back to center. Place the soles of the feet onto the mat. Recenter the body. And then shift the hips a few inches to the right. Bring those knees up to 90 degrees. And let them fall to the left. Slowly bring those knees back to center once more. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Recenter the hips. Extend the legs straight out. Reach the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And if there's any last pose or movement that your body still needs before finding Shavasana, feel free to do so. If not, just taking those feet mat width or hip width apart. Let the toes fall out to the sides. Bring the arms about 6 to 8 inches away from the torso. Close the eyes. And shift your awareness back to your breath, where we started our practice today. Slowly start to bring a bit of movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And give your head a shake from side to side. Reach the arms overhead, point the toes forward. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And roll onto your right hand side into a fetal pose. Using the left hand, slowly press yourself up into a seated position. Bring the hands to heart center as we close out our practice today. Thanking yourself for making it to your mat today, for making it through this class. Thanking your body for being so amazing and so powerful. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.